Ever feel like you're talking to a wall when dealing with a narcissist? They come across as perfect, untouchable, and impossible to communicate with. But what if I told you there's a way to cut through their robotic exterior and protect your sanity? Welcome to Toxic Truth, where today we're diving into practical strategies for handling narcissists without losing your cool. Narcissists often come across as stiff and robotic, like they're putting on an act of being perfect and untouchable. But why do they act this way? They've pushed their conscience aside and only changed their behavior if it costs them something significant. So how do you deal with someone who thinks they're infallible? To effectively deal with a narcissist, it's crucial to keep pointing out their predictable robotic behavior without getting sucked into the arguments they create. They're not interested in moral discussions. Instead, they focus on your humanity and show how they seem to lack it. But here's the catch. They're masters of what I call verbal bulldozing. Have you ever heard of it? It's when narcissists streamroll through conversations with statements that don't even have to be true, just to clear the way for themselves. They don't care about the substance of their words. It's all about manipulating those who do care. The key to handling a narcissist is simple. Don't let yourself get caught up in their empty rhetoric. Sounds easy, right? But here's the tricky part. Narcissists thrive on conflict. Let me explain. Narcissists see every interaction as a chance to add to their imagined winning streak. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you walk away, get upset, or try to reason with them. They'll twist it into a win for themselves. So how do you break this cycle? When you realize you're dealing with a narcissist, stop taking their words at face value. Instead, focus on exposing their mind games. They'll try to steer the conversation to areas where they think they can win. Don't let them. And if others are around, direct your responses to them. This can help weaken the narcissist's influence. If you're finding this video helpful so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. By subscribing to Toxic Truth, you'll get more insights like these to help you navigate the tricky relationships in your life. Plus, click the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Narcissists will strike back. But here's the thing. That only shows you've hit a nerve, revealing their predictable patterns. Keep consistently pointing out their behavior without getting dragged into their accusations or attempts to flip your word back at you. But identifying their patterns is just one step. The real power lies in withholding the one thing they crave the most: attention and emotional supply. Let's explore how you can keep them on the hook by depriving them of the very fuel they need to control you. Narcissists crave control, and their fuel comes from your emotional reactions, whether that's praise, attention, or even your frustration. This is known as narcissistic supply. But what happens when you cut off that supply? You shift the power dynamic. Withholding emotional reactions deprives the narcissist of what they need most: validation of their influence over you. Imagine you've been drawn into yet another argument, and instead of defending yourself, you offer a short, neutral reply, like, "I hear what you're saying," without further engagement. You don't argue, get angry, or react emotionally. This is what we call responding instead of reacting. It's about maintaining your composure and not giving them the emotional fuel they want. Narcissists thrive on your emotional energy. Depriving them of that, whether it's your anger or even your sympathy, puts you back in control of the situation. A real-life example comes from someone who stopped engaging emotionally with their narcissistic partner during arguments. They simply responded with calm, non-emotional statements. Over time, the narcissist's attempts to provoke them grew weaker, and eventually, the narcissist moved on, no longer able to gain satisfaction from the emotional power they once held. This tactic isn't about being cold, it's about protecting your energy and emotional well-being. By withholding the narcissist's supply, you send a clear message. You're no longer under their control. The key here is consistency. The less they get from you, the less power they hold. The real victory is when they realize they can no longer manipulate you for their emotional gain. It's okay to admit that everyone has narcissistic moments, but emphasize that true narcissists live in this mode constantly, with no other behavior to offer. And when they accuse you of being closed-minded, don't rush to deny it. Instead, agree, but with a twist. When a narcissist accuses you of being closed-minded, say, "Yes, I am selective about what I'm open to, and I don't take moral guidance from people who rely on manipulation." This simple agreement throws them off, taking away their power to control the conversation. Remember, Only care about criticism from those who genuinely mean what they say, not from narcissists who just use words as tools for manipulation. But be cautious. Narcissists are skilled at deflecting attempts to expose their behavior. Still, there are strategies you can use to protect yourself, especially in dangerous situations. So, how do you manage a narcissist, especially when things get tricky? Let's explore some strategies. Narcissists live for praise and admiration. Complimenting them, even excessively, can make them more cooperative and less volatile. But be careful, this can reinforce their harmful behaviors, so use it wisely. Appealing to their ego can also work. Asking for their opinions or advice, even on trivial matters, makes them feel important, which can be leveraged to influence their actions positively. Behind that confident exterior, many narcissists are deeply insecure. Recognizing and carefully using these vulnerabilities can help manage their behavior in situations where your safety is at risk. But beware, this approach can backfire or cause long-term harm. By allowing a narcissist to believe they're in control, you can subtly guide them away from harmful behaviors. Offering them limited choices that lead to desired outcomes can make them feel empowered while ensuring your safety. Now, manipulating a narcissist, even for self-protection, comes with ethical challenges and long-term consequences. While these strategies might provide short-term relief, they're not sustainable and can further damage both parties involved. In dealing with narcissists, especially in potentially dangerous situations, prioritizing self-care and setting firm boundaries are crucial. Whenever possible, opt for professional support and healthier coping mechanisms over manipulation. Your safety and mental health should always come first. To effectively handle relationships with narcissists, it's essential to understand their traits and behavior patterns. Narcissists often display grandiosity, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. They may manipulate others to get what they want and often hide their fragile self-esteem behind a facade of superiority. Recognizing these characteristics can help you manage interactions with them more effectively. But remember, the long-term effects of staying in a relationship with a narcissist can be damaging. Coping strategies are essential when dealing with narcissists, especially for protecting your mental and emotional health. Let's dive deeper into some of the most effective ways to safeguard yourself in these challenging relationships. First and foremost, setting firm boundaries is crucial. Narcissists often have unrealistic expectations and will push you to meet their needs, often at the expense of your own well-being. It's essential to clearly define what you are and aren't willing to tolerate. This could mean limiting the time you spend with them, refusing to engage in certain types of conversations, or simply saying no more often. Remember, boundaries aren't just about saying no, they're about consistently reinforcing those limits, even when the narcissist tries to test them. This might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to accommodating others, but it's a vital step in protecting your mental space. Next, prioritize self-care. Dealing with a narcissist can be incredibly draining, so it's important to refill your emotional and physical energy. This means making time for activities that nourish your soul. Whether it's exercise, meditation, hobbies, or simply spending time with loved ones who make you feel good about yourself. Self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. When you're dealing with someone who constantly tries to take from you, you must take extra steps to replenish your energy. This not only helps you stay resilient but also prevents burnout, allowing you to handle difficult interactions more effectively. Having a solid support network is another key strategy. Narcissists often try to isolate their targets, making you feel like you're alone in your experience. But the truth is, you don't have to go through this alone. Reach out to friends, family, or support groups who understand your situation and can offer you emotional validation and perspective you need. Talking things through with someone who gets it can be incredibly therapeutic. They can help you maintain a sense of reality when the narcissist's manipulations start to wear you down. If necessary, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can offer invaluable tools for managing stress and maintaining your mental health. Education is another powerful tool in your coping strategy arsenal. The more you understand about narcissism and its behaviors, the better equipped you will be. Knowing what to expect can help you prepare mentally and emotionally, making it seem easier to spot manipulation tactics and avoid falling into common traps. In educating yourself, you're not only protecting yourself from further harm, but you're also empowering yourself to make informed decisions about how to interact with the narcissist, or whether to continue the relationship at all. Finally, practice emotional detachment. Narcissists are skilled at provoking emotional responses to gain control over you. By staying emotionally detached, you deny them the power they seek. This doesn't mean being cold or unfeeling, but rather learning to observe the narcissist's behavior without letting it affect your emotions. This takes practice, but over time, you'll find that staying calm and composed in the face of their provocations not only protects your emotional well-being, but also frustrates their attempts to manipulate you. Remember, your peace of mind is worth more than any temporary victory they might try to claim. Before you go, I've got something exciting for you. Our next video is all about debunking the biggest myths about narcissists. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and remember, staying informed is your best defense against toxic relationships.